Hi everyone, so I hope everyone is well. I didn't expect to do a part two of this unless I needed to clarify and pinpoint certain individuals. So if you've not checked part one out, I know the girl Alison has been found. I think it must have been breaking news as the part one reading was in a live premiere. It wasn't a live reading that I was doing there and then. You would have seen it would have been scheduled, very early evening, late afternoon GMT time for the premiere later in the day, which is probably a viewable time for most people. And it was recorded in the weekend, Saturday or Sunday. It was the 21st. And I didn't know what I was actually getting into. Now, Alison had been missing since the 16th of July. I remember checking this in my reading. It was a Tuesday. And she's a Southern California girl. And she was heading from her dad's house to her aunt's house. She took a detour and she was never seen since. Now, you can check the reading out. I will add a little clip here. The clip that I will add is not actually everything that validates the reading. I just wanted to skim through a little bit, and if I paused at the right time where there was validation, I paused. But I also don't want to do repeated content for those that do watch all the reads, which I appreciate you. I must say that if anyone was doing that kind of read, they probably might have even read that with the tarot cards, they were kind of tricky, that she might not be with us. And there was a lot of torment in the read. Well, regardless, it's brilliant news that Alison was found. As the news had broke, obviously the reading was in a live premiere. I think after the reading, then there was a press conference, which I'm going to add the main clips of it that I saw. And also I'm going to add some other footage that I found. This footage, I believe, probably is something that I was picking up in the read in terms of law enforcement. Remember, disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. Please use your own fact-finding and discernment. The footage, I definitely believe, ties in with a plan that didn't go according to the plan. And I also believe around this whole case, a plan, an orchestra. I'm going to pose that question to you. Now, this is something that I would discuss openly in Patreon. So that's why it's always great to be signed up to Patreon. Because I'm going to be very sensitive in what I put out there, because people mimic whatever content they can find. And I want to protect certain people. And I'm going to pose you some questions in this. And this is why this is Psychic on Facts. There's going to be no tarot unless suddenly I want to. And I definitely think for clickbait, I could dive into psychological probing and so on. But I just want to hit the nail on the head in terms of certain things. And so what now? The girl is found, and after the live premiere of the recording, if you saw it at the time, they were going to have a press conference. They had that press conference. And also the girl was in police custody. She was being questioned. But I say what now, and you're going to see from questions that I tried to pose, and I already gave you a key clue why I ask what now. So this is wee Alison when she was younger, bless her. And I want to ask you, looking at this whole story, and I'll ask you at the end again, but if I forget, remember this question. Do you think there was aid in this or a shelter? And you can revert to my first read and see what I mentioned in that. And imagine you're a parent. And my question to you is, would you? And it might not make sense at this moment in time. We'll try to tie it in with what I am directing. And when you do answer the question, do think about pointing fingers at certain individuals. Now, if you believe this was a kidnapping, then you can write whatever you want. But if you're pinpointing at certain aided family members, then try not to pinpoint names or mention allegedly, as I would like to protect those family members for the reason of, would you protect your child and do whatever it takes for this? What we understand, and I will show you footage, is that the day before, it was agreed the next day, which would have been the Tuesday, I believe, so the Monday, and I'm going to show you footage. The next day, Alison was to be checked into temporary accommodation or temporary, I believe they're saying it's a mental health institution. And this is not going into any pointing fingers of any parent, but the heartbreak, the heart-wrenching, and the betrayal that Alison was feeling in my first read. And I said at the end, please be gentle with her. I think there was some typos in my last note. But I still wonder, would you? And I think there's deeper things here. And I honestly think there's a use of this child for ego in terms of, I can win over you, I have the power. What becomes clear in this is that this divorce, and there is a custody battle, the divorce was going ahead since April, March last year, 2023, so this is over a year. It must be quite a dragged out one. And only within this last week was Alison in custody of her mother. And I'm going to say disclaimer, however, I am bringing you facts here, okay? So I'm not doing it from tarot. Now, this is the lawyer of the father, and this is the press conference, which you'll see in the next video, and the next picture that they held. Now, what I found out is this press conference was due to commence around the time that it did commence, which was, I believe, 1:30. I don't know if it's Eastern. It would have been at, I believe, the state of California, Eastern or Pacific. Sorry. I know that the difference in hours between the two from where I am, but I always confuse them, so I apologize. Yet Alison was suddenly found. Now, maybe another light bulb moment to share with you. And she was found outside the ABC media house, and it stated that she might have gone there to speak. She was found by the looks of it, the clothes that she went missing. Now, this girl was missing from the 16th. The alert, I believe, in the first read I said was from the 9:30 p.m. on the 16th. And she was found yesterday, what is it? The 23rd of July in the US. My time, it would have been heading into the 24th. And here's the press conference. We have the father on the far right as you're looking. We have the counsel, who I believe you're going to see, and I'd like to know your opinion, how he managed this. Watch the language barrier used at specific times, and yeah, let me know what you think there. Then we have the lawyer, and then we have the aunt, who I understand is the father's sister, and that might be her husband, I am not sure. Now, also off this camera, which you will see, are 3 friends of Alison's, and it's beautiful. One of them, especially the male, was really wanted to vocalize, and I'm not sure if it's the aunt's kids, because at one time it seemed like they were saying so. Now, there's been some tricky questions, and there's one in particular, and I think if I was another channel, I probably would have added this clip in. I've chosen not to, but on Patreon, it would have been something, and it will be something that I discuss. But again, I want to protect certain parents, because I could hear through the certain family members, in particular from one side. But I could hear through the mic them being advised what the answer should be, which ties in with what I believe is, remember I mentioned in my first reading, a plan that didn't go according to place, and there's some other plan. I want to be sensitive, because if you've got children, when you watch this police clip that I will add in, what would you have done? It was heart-wrenching, and while I was recording this for you, I could not watch it again, yet I wanted to add points in there. And it must have been so difficult for the father to say, Alison, go, but he knew he had to. And he was very smart on how he handled that. Now, the police, I didn't like how they handled it. Some would say they were trying to do their job, which I can understand. But I'm not sure you could threat a 15-year-old that she could be taken away from both parents. The rest seemed like it was trying to do their job, because obviously if they fail doing their job, they get pulled in. What a smart cookie to say, I'm recording this, and it was recorded and it was released into social media as everything was coming up, and she was found. Remember, I mentioned in the read, where's the phone? They've got to find that phone, something weird about the phone. And it seems like this video released was from the phone, but also she didn't have her phone. But I think there was another phone for all this. Why do I say what's next? Because I pray that certain things are not proven or found out. And this is why I really, really, really appreciated that council man who was there, because he really aided keeping things in line. And see if you can understand what I meant. And I don't think this girl should go through any more upset. They dodged the bullet of the mental health institution or temporary, which I would love to understand how they assess that. I think I mentioned something around this in my first read. How did that become something when a child has been in the custody of the father and then just in 1 week was in the custody of the mother, and suddenly can be checked into a place either for mental health or a mental health institution? Does that mean that Alison, allegedly, disclaimer, could have tried to X her life? Possibly, because that's the only thing I could think of. and it came up in my first read. I really want to support Alison's case, and this is why I've done this. And I'm not sure if people understand that channeling energy readings that I do, that's just not tarot, is draining. And then I try to hop on the live premieres, and I have. Obviously, I need other things to, during my day, you know, my clients, my work stuff around the clients, and what I do. And that's why I say, please try to support the channel, try to support the readings. And if you look at what I've just created just now, it doesn't take 1 or 2 hours. It takes a few hours and then the whole processing. And I'm doing this and it's already evening and I'm trying to get it out on time for you all. Which means Kayla Paris's reading might be pushed back. But it's uploaded, it's just that I need to prepare the thumbnail, the description. And I'm also planning on doing a live chat session with subscribers on the various cases. That reminds me, I wanted to do a Psychic on Facts for Jay Slater. Let's get back to Alison here. Before I forget, I will be launching, I wanted to do it today, but getting this reading out was more important, and that's how selfless, if I may say, I am. And join the membership. There will be another tier that's a bit more, a couple of quid more, but it's worth it. And you can join the Patreon where there's more. So now, where are we? The police were investigating. Obviously, there's no update. And she was not, Alison, allowed to see any of her family members, including her mum and her dad at that stage. I haven't seen anything from her mum, but the Glendale Police Department said Monterey Park Police are now handling the investigation. It did not provide any further details. The girl was safe at the police station, and according to the security guard at ABC 7, the girl was walking and had been followed by someone in a car who recognized her as the missing minor and called the police. And that's how the police arrived. So again, down to public and down to, I'd say, readings like this. It wouldn't have been my reading. I don't think there was much coverage on this, maybe news, but in terms of crime and other. Well, then subscribers, comments, shares, engagement. And I definitely think, you know, even though I'm being quite sensitive in terms of who and what I'm saying has occurred in this, if I was at 80,000, I'd probably do it this way. But I still want to be sensitive at this small engagement level unless I'm on Patreon. So now we're going to get into the clips, and we will also see what else we have. You know, a lot of torment, a lot of pain. The schoolboy, her friend, that I must say his parents must be ultimately so proud, because I believe even adults would be frightened to speak. The counsel was amazing in the clips that you will see. Let's add the footage that we need to add and look at. And then we'll add a little bit more commentating, and I'll be looking forward to your views. Hopefully, I'll be able to finish this in time. I know that I'm going to be delayed in terms of where I need to be next, but let's see. I hope you enjoy this. Remember how to support the channel so that we support these readings as well. And let's get into it. Hi everyone, this is going to be a quick blind read. There's a girl, 15 years old, from
Monterey Park. Just looking, that's in California. So her name is Alison Chao. She's 15 years old. Picture here, she looks like she's 8 or 9, bless her. So I'm not sure if this is her right now, but maybe she does look young. And the Monterey Park Police launched a missing investigation on the 16th of July at approximately 9:30 p.m. This is for entertainment purposes only. The disclaimer applies. Use your own fact-finding and discernment. Anything that I add after this read, you'll see after the read. I might add at the beginning a video to see. Basically, I saw a minute that, where they're looking. She left her residence at around 5:30 p.m. Would that have been on the 16th as well? I'm a bit confused. I know that she left her residence around 5:30 to head to her auntie's. She was last seen wearing a purple t-shirt, black shorts, and dark shoes. She was headed to her family's home in San Gabriel, but never arrived. She was riding a blue mountain bike and carrying a black backpack. Detectives from Monterey Park Police Department, in collaboration with local, state, and federal agencies, have been relentlessly investigating the case. There's a dedicated website, alisonchao.com, and I've seen a minute video of the mother where she's standing saying, basically that the community have been very supportful for her. While I'm scrolling to see if there's anything else I can add. What is the 16th? I think I'm on today, the 20th or 21st. Let's just see, 21st, I'm sure it's 21st. And the 16th was Tuesday. So Tuesday, 9:30. Let me just get something. Let's get proper dates a moment, sorry. But then this is a mother holding onto it. It's not a male, it's a woman, isn't it? Can you see how, with the psychic abilities, it can help, but then the tarot can confuse it? Some communication really caused this. Communication, I think both the mum and dad know there's something, I was going to say planned. It seems like there's something that is a bit planned, but it's not gone as planned, probably because she's just not there anymore. She's either she's held, she's taken somewhere, she's held. And I think, to be honest, the mother could guess maybe like why or where she is, and I think the father could as well. This is kind of like what really focusing on. It's kind of like feeling stuck. But I want to get a card because this could also be someone's energy. So can you not remember? Do you recall that I just said it could be a plan? I feel like Alison was stuck, feeling stuck in a situation. But what I see from here is that she's alive. She's alive. Legal, law enforcement, the system, looking into that is going to bring a clue into this. Otherwise, someone who be going through a lot of anxiety and paranoia. And what do I do? This is really like a devastating loss. I said from the beginning, there's a lot of emotions and conflict. I think they really do need to find her. And when they find her, they need to be soft. So make sure that she's listened to. Obviously, she's safe, but listened to. And what is the next steps is very crucial, because you could end up dealing, if you find her, I think she's still okay, but if you find her, oh gosh. And she's forced into something that's failing, where there's been a lack of judgment, you could end up in a situation of her Xing herself. Yeah, I think they just need to act fast. But they do need to, they really need to book up their thing. But the way that she's approached, and I think there's stuff on her phone. There's stuff on her phone here. Well, they can't just come in rash bang, because there's a sensitive situation here from whatever is happening. And there's something on surveillance as well. I don't know, this person who has her is kind of like looking at, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? How does she feel right now? Split the deck. Still feels very overburdened, but I think she's in maybe a home that she used to visit, or her childhood home or something. I won't be surprised if a grandparent knows something as well. I'm going to leave it here, and I'll get this processed, hopefully, probably get it up by the 22nd. If anything happens overnight, because I think this is going to move forward, but please, we need to use our discernment because this is a tricky situation. This is a tricky situation. I don't know if I have it correct. But there's underlining things here. There's underlining things here. Split the deck. I don't want to end it. I don't know why. 3 of Pentacles. Working together. Split the deck. Knight of Swords again. Can you see all the Knight of Swords running away, running away? Harsh decisions and communication, that's happened. Again, I'm being brought to the red. I wonder if something red is going to be significant. I might look up what red means as well. I'm not sure whether to put this out there. There's no information, and I doubt any. I don't like some of these cards, but I also have to go with a little bit of feeling. Oh, I hate it when I feel like torment. I feel the case has torment. There's torment here that I think has happened prior.
So just before I start this, I find it a bit disturbing, and it totally ties in with what I was feeling in my read. These are things that I could not have seen or been privy to, and they came out after even the live premiere. That conference you just saw was actually starting or just started after my reading had finished its live premiere, even though there wasn't a live reading done. It was done on the 21st, but even if someone doesn't want to understand, it had ended. So I'm going to let you see this, and then we're going to look at some things, because I think this was a very, very, not only this recording, this whole thing was very smart. And I mentioned in my reading 2 things around a plan, and I'm going to discuss that. So I find this difficult to watch. I don't even know the girl. One thing I'm not clear of is the mother is actually there behind the cops. At first I didn't pick up on that, but the second time I viewed this, I felt the mother is there because Alison says I'm not going with her. And it's very clear that Alison was going to a temporary place. I don't know how they could check girls into these sort of places, and I have something to say on mental health institutions. I might do this on a live, because various things about even people that can't face life think the best way out from their mind torture is to check into mental health institutions. And I'll touch base on this maybe when we have a chat, because I'd like people to wake up to something around that. Let's watch this video.
I'm recording this.
Hello.
Hi.
So am I. Okay. Do you mind opening the door for me, Alison, please?
No, sorry.
Huh?
I think I'm okay.
Okay. Well, I do need to speak with you.
Okay.
Can you open the door for me, please?
We're speaking.
Huh?
We're speaking.
Out here.
I'm right here.
Huh?
I'm right here.
Okay. Do you mind opening the door, or?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Look, it could be as easy as you open the door.
Why do I need to open the door?
Because I do need to speak with you.
But I'm speaking with you.
Huh?
But I'm speaking with you.
Okay. But I need you to open the door so you can come out and speak.
I'm right here.
Okay. Can you do that for me?
No, I'm okay right here. Thank you.
I can't hear you.
I'm okay right here. Thank you.
Okay. We do need to talk.
But I feel safer on this side.
Huh?
I feel safer on this side.
You don't feel safe with us out here, or?
I don't feel safe with her right there.
Okay. So here's the thing, okay? There's a court order that you need to go with mom. A court order is a court order issued by the judge, okay? So that's why we're here, okay? It could go very easily. As far as you coming out, you go with mom, or the judge could pull you away from both parents. You make that decision.
I'm not going.
Huh?
I'm not going.
And that's going to be your decision. Because mom goes back, the judge is going to pull you away from both. Okay? Understand? I don't want that to happen to you. Okay? That's why I'm asking. You open the door and you go with mom, and it's a done deal.
I'm not going.
Okay? You're not going to be staying with mom.
I'm not going anywhere with her.
Otherwise, if mom returns, then you know what the judge is going to order? He's going to order removal from both parents. Is that what you want?
I'm not
Answer
going.
my question. Is that what you want?
No, but I'm not
Okay.
going anywhere with her.
Okay. Then if you just open the door and you go along with mom, it's a done deal.
I told you I'm not going anywhere with her.
Okay. Is that well, here's the thing, Allison. You're 15, so you cannot make a decision. Okay? It's not like you're 18. Once you're 18, then believe me, I would walk away.
My lawyer
You're not
said I
18.
can.
Huh?
My lawyer said I can.
Okay, who's your lawyer?
Emily Robinson.
Okay. Do you want to put her on the form? Because mom does have a court order from a judge. Signed from a judge, and a judge supersedes an attorney. Okay?
I'm
You
not
have to
going.
understand that. This is a court order. This is not just us showing up and saying, hey, go with mom. No. There's a court order.
I'm not
You need to
going.
understand that.
Are you guys gonna be done soon? I gotta get back to work. So.
Okay? Yeah, as soon as mom has a court order.
I understand
Okay.
that, but I gotta get back to work. So I'm just asking, how long is this?
As soon as she's the one prolonging it, not me. As soon as she opens the door and walks out, we're done. Okay?
Let's copy it.
Is this their copy?
No, it's her.
That's, yeah. Dad knows. Dad was there as part of it as well, yeah. Yeah, he knows about it, so. And not opening the door, I mean, that's just, you're.
I'm staying out of it. I'm just.
No, I mean, she's 15. Can you make the decisions or she does?
You guys told me last time that she's
You answered my
14
question.
and she made, and it's her decision. That's what you
At
guys told
15,
me last time.
I mean, she's not like.
You guys told me that when she's 14, she can make a decision last time. That's what you guys told me last time.
So are you gonna open the door so daughter could come out or no? Just answer my question.
I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm assisting with the matter.
Well, I mean, assisting won't be.
If you read on the thing, I am assisting with the matter. I'm telling her to go. Allison, you need to go.
Okay,
I'm not going.
you need to go.
How many times do I have to tell you I'm not going? She abused me. She hurt me.
Can you open the door?
No, I don't feel safe with her around.
I was advised that, look, I'm assisting, and I am assisting.
Okay, can you open the door and maybe we could talk to her and have her get in the car?
No.
I mean, can you imagine how hard that is for the father to tell the daughter, Alison, you need to go. But he also was very smart in it. It's so hard to hear that. And this part that was just been played. Let's continue.
She doesn't want to. I cannot force her. I don't know what else to do.
Call your attorney, have a attorney on the phone.
My attorney right now, she's in court right now.
Okay, so the detective explained to you that once she goes back and sees a judge is going to order removal from you, both of you guys, and you're fine with that?
I
You're fine with that,
honestly,
yes or no?
please, sir, can you talk to me in a normal voice instead
I'm
of
asking
threatening?
yes
I feel
or no.
threatened right now.
Okay.
So I'm telling you, I'm complying. I'm doing everything to comply.
Jeffrey, complying will be you opening the door and saying, hey, you need to go. Allison, you need
I'm
to
telling
go.
her she needs
Obviously,
to go
you're not
now.
opening the door, so you're not complying.
I am complying. I don't know where the key. I don't even know where the key's at right now. Because right now I'm very like this. I feel threatened by him. The way that he was speaking to me.
Really?
Yes, I feel
When I
threatened, sir.
speak to you is the way I speak to my children.
Well, I'm sorry to
So-
speak to your children like that. I'm telling her to go right now. You see me telling her she needs to go. I don't know what else to do.
And is there?
Can you look for the key and open this door, please?
Did I close the door right now? Because we have a lot of lizards and stuff that runs in. And let me look for it.
I'll make sure no one go in.
Okay.
Allison, you need to go.
I'm not going. She hurt me.
Allison, step away right now. Let me find out where.
Okay.
Let me find.
It's an order from the judge, and I don't really want him to remove you from both parents. And please,
Can I try calling my attorney? I know she's in court right now. Let me try to call my attorney right now.
I mean, it's a court order.
I know. Let me try to call my attorney right now because
Okay.
I need to figure out what's going on.
You be able to go back to court and let them know? Not opening the door for us, but the security gate. Okay. Does he know where he's going? And she has to be there by today? Is there a time?
Call from 1-800-955-906. Call from 1-800-955-906.
I'm trying to get a hold of her.
Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
Mom has agreed that maybe if you could drive her out there, she needs to be there by 11 today. If you could drive her out there,
I
walk away.
told her I can't. I was told I can't put hands on her. So
On
if
who?
she refuses, or her, I was told if she refuses, I can't put hands on her.
Okay.
That's even the court told me that.
Allison, are you willing to go with that?
No, I don't want to go.
Listen, you don't have a choice. You have to be there today by a certain time.
They said I had a choice.
Okay? The court ordered for you to be at this facility by 11 a.m. That's like in an hour and 20 minutes.
I'm
Okay?
not going.
Listen, if you're willing for Dad to take you,
I said
you
I'm
can
not
walk away.
willing.
Mom doesn't have to take
I'm not going.
Okay, then understand what happens next. If the judge takes you away from both parents, that's the decision that you made. Okay, not us, not Dad, not Mom.
I'm
Okay.
not going.
Okay, you're not willing to go with Dad.
No.
Okay.
I'm willing to drive her if she's willing to go.
So I have to just. Yeah. All right.
All right.
And so now we're going into the press conference where I've taken the most sort of substantial clips rather than you watching the whole 45, 50 minutes where, you know, there's a bit of standing around and any noises you hear is because of people moving their mics, etc. Watch the counsel advising the friends are here. Look at what the aunt says in terms of system failure. The daughter, Alison, being heard. It's a bit strange. She's very vocal to say one part and then as questions come through, again, very well managed in terms of language and when to speak. And my question goes here again, would you know, I think we still need to hear about the mother. At the beginning, it was interesting that the mother was out there looking for her daughter. Obviously, her mother needs help herself, you know, but I don't excuse it one bit at all. And I think there needs to be an investigation because also we're talking about a minor here. So we do, before we need to point fingers, we do need just to make sure. But the father wasn't out speaking. And what I knew through the research I've done all day in my free time today is that press conference was actually scheduled for the 1:30 US time, which is really after my reading, or around about after my reading, or just a little bit after they would have started. And all this I was not privy to, and I've just found it to make this new part and to see what was orchestrated. Please understand what I'm trying to say. And think about a girl from the 16th to the 23rd being out on her own. The likelihood without interim shelter or assistance or aid. Now, I do think that this is a bit of an ego, that I can get one on you. I have the power and control towards maybe the father, and Alison's in this. But like I mentioned in my read, there was definitely something around a failure, and justice. So, you know, I think the clips I've got are very interesting, and I just want to add, these clips are from ABC Chicago
for a missing Monterey Park teen, and it ended right outside the ABC 7 studios. Eyewitness News reporter Annabelle Munoz is live in our newsroom with what happened. Annabelle.
Philip, here's what we know so far. Glendale PD officers arrived to our ABC 7 studio where they spoke with 15-year-old Alison Chao. Shortly after, those officers took her to the police station. According to a security guard here at the gate, the child was walking and had been followed by car by someone who recognized her and called police. Glendale authorities say Monterey Park police are now handling this investigation and did not provide any further details. We're approaching this case with caution and seeking out any answers that could shed light on this situation. As you may recall, Chao went missing 1 week ago today. She reportedly left her home Tuesday around 5:30 p.m. going to her aunt's home in San Gabriel, but did not arrive. Again, we are reaching out to Monterey Park Police to hopefully learn more about what happened, what transpired over the last week, and what will happen next. Reporting live in the news.
Was supposed to be headed to San Gabriel. At some point in time, her direction veered somewhat west. I do have friends that are business owners in the city of Alhambra on Main Street. I understand that a lot of business owners were cooperative in providing video surveillance footage in helping law enforcement, specifically Monterey Park PD, in trying to locate her. At some point in time, as you folks are aware, Allison was actually seen in the El Sereno and or Highland Park area. I personally have friends that live on that street call us, an attorney and a judge. It's my understanding that friends and family were very diligent and were actually knocking door to door, asking for video camera footage, specifically Ring cameras. It's my understanding that one of the reasons she may have been spotted in the Highland Park area was because of the fact there was a family member, I believe a grandfather at one point, that lived there in that location. The location where she was actually found, in my understanding, is that Allison showed up to the Channel 7 news location, which is somewhat northwest in a diagonal direction from the city of Highland Park. It's my understanding that immediately prior to showing up to the station, a female recognized her, began to follow Allison to the station. They made contact, they spoke, and together they arrived at the station. It's my understanding that Allison was making statements or attempting to make statements to the media. At this point in time, I want to turn the attention of Mr. Chao, Mr. Jeffrey Chao. I believe he has something to say as well to you folks.
We're going to have to move all the microphones in front of him, or he's going to have to switch places?
We can switch places. We can switch. I'll get up.
In Spanish?
¿Dónde se después?
Después?
Sí.
Yeah, if you could switch places. And
Yeah, sure.
Speak into the
Sure.
microphone.
Mr. Chao.
Thank you.
Once again, this is Mr. Jeffrey Chao. He is the father of Allison.
Mr. Chao, can you speak a little closer to the microphone? Thank you very much. Spell your name, too.
Jeffery. Chao.
Thank you.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
Well, this afternoon, everyone. I just really appreciate everyone coming out, and I really like to thank all the friends in the community that come out and help find her. We've been really worried about where she's been, and we really appreciate what everybody's done and helped out with.
Jeffrey, can you talk about why she left? There's a video circulating online showing that she was having problems with her mother, and Monterey Park Police were trying to get her to go to a psychiatric facility.
Ma'am, at this point in time, we cannot comment on the video. I do understand that there's a YouTube video that has come out.
Can you get closer?
Sure. Based upon the current open litigation in family law court, also juxtaposing the fact that she is a minor, whenever there's a minor involved, either the criminal system or the family law system, there's layers of protection that are afforded the minor because of the status of being a minor. That being said, and specifically as to what you're asking about the content in that video, what was said by Allison, it cannot be commented on based upon the pending litigation.
Mr. Chao, I know your attorney brought up what people are saying on social media, and with that in mind, did you see Allison, or did you hear from Allison at all this last week?
No. No.
I know this is such a difficult situation because you're dealing with your daughter. Do you believe that she ran away, or do you believe that somebody took her?
if I can comment on that, I think we can quote Monterey Park Police Department. They made a statement at some point in time that they couldn't comment on that exact question. However, their official statement was that there was no immediate threat of harm. What we can say, what we do know objectively, obviously none of us here were with Alison day by day, but what is undisputed factually is that she left on her own accord on her bicycle. She was found. And so part of my, I guess for lack of a better reason why I'm here, was aiding to bring all you folks here in the media together, initially with the point of being to try to help find her and bring her home.
Okay, but you're his lawyer, you're his divorce lawyer, then they've got minors counsel somewhere else.
Correct.
Okay, I'd like to hear about Alison, your relationship with her, and just her, the child, and your daughter. First, a little bit more about her.
You know, okay, no. You want to talk straight? Let's see.
She's a very intelligent child person, and she's
She's the big for
a godly person that just really with a really good heart.
Is she pretty street savvy? I mean, she was a 15-year-old. Just out, we don't know where she was for this last week.
Well, I will say this. I know that she's definitely a smart girl. Allison went to the same grammar school that I went to. That's also you guys went to all schools as well? Yeah. Oh, yeah, more Panthers over here. Also Panthers. And from what I understand, Allison used to bake really good. She's a great baker. But did you guys want to say something to Allison? You can say it to Allison herself or to the folks. Okay. Yeah, you want to go ahead? We're not going to say their names. You guys want to come over here? Sure, we can do that. Yeah. Let's just stand up right here, Mr. Chao. Yeah. Come on over, guys. All right. So, in respecting families' wishes, we'll refrain from their names. They are juveniles as well.
Do their parents have their parents' permission to?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They actually came prepared with speeches in trying to help get Allison back to find her. Everyone's happy that she was found, but why don't you tell us about Allison or what do you want to say to her?
Okay. Sorry. To tell a little bit about Allison, since we went to the same elementary school, she would always help me learn Chinese. And to her, I guess I was known as the boy with a bowl cut. And I've known her for 10 years now. She would always bring baked goods to my house since I live in the neighborhood of her aunt. And one thing to say to her, that my sister and I could say, is that I know everything. And my dad knows everything. And we are going to do the best to help you, Allison. And that would be all.
Great, good job. You want to say something? And you guys are brother and sister, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. You want to go ahead and speak to the people and or Allison directly?
Allison, I just wanted to say I'm your friend and I'm here to support you. And I want to help make sure that you end up in the right place.
Thank you. One more question. What's your reaction to her being found after being missing for a week?
Well, we didn't find out until this morning. And we were very glad and we were just praying that she was safe.
Home or done anything similar to this?
I'm not aware of it.
Okay. My client's, to answer your question, he's not aware of any desires or intent on doing anything like this.
But she's never run away before?
No. I understand. Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
You guys got it? Thank you guys.
I would like to
Yes.
speak. Do I need
I'm sorry. Yes, we got. Yes, I'm sorry. We have. This is Allison's aunt.
Jeffrey's brother?
Sister.
I think it's very important that as a community, we all band together to fight for Allison and make sure her voice is heard. The system has failed her. We are hearing that this is a child who would never do anything like this. She is a good kid. She's a smart kid. She's a kind kid. She goes to Bible study. She would never do anything like this. So I need the community to make sure that we fight for her and we make sure that her voice and her story is heard. Changes need to be made. People need to be held accountable. This is not acceptable.
For people that don't know, can you kind of get into why or how the system has failed?
Yeah, I'm a little confused about that. The decision's made by the courts, or as the courts?
Well, I don't want to speak for the aunt here, but unfortunately, going back to the history that's been mentioned, the current litigation, prior litigation, it's my understanding that families upset with how things had transpired within the system. Okay. Based upon, once again, unfortunately, the current open litigation, it's a request of counsel for Mr. Chao in family court that at the end, not further comment. She has made her statement, and we're going to leave it at that.
Zain spell.
She's going to choose not to. This just referred to her as Allison's aunt. Thank you. Yeah, just to clarify, we're having our football huddle about Mr. Chao does want to express his entire feelings, his sentiments about what's happened with court, but it's frustrating for him right now because of the current petty litigation. In these kind of scenarios, if you say something, it can be not only criminal law and family law, any court setting in reality can be used against you. And so he is frustrated with that aspect. He wants to express his concerns, his issues, and everything he can with you folks, but he is unfortunately at this point he can't because of the open litigation. As mentioned by counsel, they're still going to court here, and that's where it's at.
This is just sort of factual. Are you divorced or are you married to her mother?
Counsel can answer that. Sure.
Is he divorced or married to her mother?
He's in the middle of a divorce proceeding.
How long has it been going on?
Since April of last year.
Okay, so we need more than just one. Okay.
And just for the record, Alison has been living with Dad for that entire year.
Oh, okay.
For
what entire year? Sorry, what period?
Back to from my understanding, the onset of litigation, the divorce back, so March, April last year? Or March of 2023. Okay. She has been living with Dad the entire time.
Jenny, you seem pretty close with Alison. I know she was biking your house. I mean, can you speak with us about her personality, what she's like? Is she someone you view as almost like a daughter to you?
Yeah, she's just a teenager who loves K-pop. Can we have you?
Let's play musical chairs over here.
Auntie aside from him, right? Okay.
Yes.
Es la hermana.
Sí, la hermana de él, sí.
Coño, que...
Tell us about Allison.
Allison's just a great kid. She is an amazing artist. She's a really good baker. She's like a teenager who just loves K-pop, likes to do K-pop dances, and is a wonderful cousin to my daughter. She's very kind and caring and considerate. She's just such an amazing kid, so I'm so happy that we found her and that she's safe.
What has this week been like for you?
It's been a nightmare. I have not slept. We just kept searching and kept searching. So I'm very happy that she's found. And I really want to thank the communities. We've made met so many amazing people who have just offered to help and tirelessly.
Can you say that in a sentence? Like, elaborate, like, what are your thoughts on why she ran away?
You can talk. You can say it.
She doesn't like her mother, so she ran away because they were going to force her to be with her.
Can he say that, or should I?
Can I? Well, opinion-wise?
I don't like being in front of the cameras. I'm a very private person. This is very difficult for me.
Yeah. Thank you.
But I think we understand what you're saying, what you said. She didn't like her mother. She wanted to be with her father, and she was sad because the court was now forcing her to live with her mother.
I have not spoken to her since she was last seen. I do not know exactly what's going on through her head or what she was thinking. I don't know when I will be able to see her. But yes, I think she ran away because she didn't want to be with her mother.
I just want to make it clear that these are temporary orders.
From all souls.
So,
and this is for the record, folks, this is not coming from counsel. This is best friend's opinion, like I'm sure you've seen everyone's opinion on social media.
Yeah. How old are you, sir?
I'm 15.
Can you lean into the microphone?
Sure thing.
Thanks.
So, in my opinion, she does not enjoy the presence of her mother. She's, like what that video showed online, she said that she doesn't feel safe. And I can understand completely because one night when I was texting her, she decided to open up about her situation. And I'm just going to be very, very vague for legal reasons. But her mother is like a devil to her. You know, she wants to stay away from her. And in my opinion, I believe the mother's like very narcissistic in terms of past interviews, past experiences. Her dad has always been in her life ever since I was in school. It's always been him that's dropping her off, picking her up. And the times I do see her mom, it would be for like 1 or 2 times a year, only for like I guess big events. She's very absent in her life, you know, and she would definitely run away from home if she was to be forced into the care of her mother, especially if they were going to put her someplace she doesn't want to be for what they say is temporary. But if they analyze that she may not be stable, it's going to be for a long time, because I've also been to a similar place like that. And on top of it, the mother has like a buttload of money, you know, especially her family. So it's it's very tricky for her father because just recently he's been followed too, you know, and his major concern, Mr. Jeffrey's concern about my family and us is that we're also going to get targeted by her mother, you know, so it's very concerning that Alison was going to be in the mom's care, and I can only hope that she will be in the right hands after this is all settled.
And so, I mean, what did you think of that? What did you think of, I think that general counsel is an amazing guy. Like, I think he, if anyone needed someone, I would probably just from that recommend. I mean, even when they were having a discussion, he was like the football discussion we just had. It's very humble, very aware of how to deliver, and was really there to make sure boundaries are in place. There is a clip, what I mentioned, which is 3 minutes, which I can clearly hear over the mic an answer that was advised to be stated. It's in the clips that I gave, but I don't want to mention this on the open platform. I mean, it's very clear in the clips anyway. So this is Alison, bless her. And obviously the picture that we've had is of her 13th birthday, I believe, because it says official teenager. Her aunt did say that she likes to cook and bake and cake pop. Let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know, would you, on the various things, what do you think of this case? We might have to do another coverage on this case. I hope it ends and we see a celebratory outcome for Alison. And I believe you understand what I'm saying. But let me know what your thoughts are. And we will, if needed, cover this again. Let me know if you enjoyed this. I've not put my Soul with Zain mark. I might just see if I can add it now, because obviously people do tend to take. So let me know if you enjoyed this. Let me know about the points we've discussed. What are your thoughts? I think the justice system, the legal justice system across many countries fail not only children, people that really need support and need. And when they're at their own mistakes, by the way, they gaslight you. You can't even come out of having a voice, especially if it's a small claims, because no one will vouch for you in a small claims, and you will get gaslighted, even when the legal justice system is wrong. I mentioned in my first read, Alison needs to be heard. And, you know, on one of these news channels, I saw someone wrote, she's a brat. Maybe, but the girl is, I think there's validation to how the girl is feeling, what the girl is probably going through, and where the girl wants to reside and live. Maybe that relationship in future will change. You know, often when children have been with one parent most of their lives, they do want to remain with that one parent. And I think they should have a right to do so. What do you guys think? We need to probably watch this. Prayers that the most justified outcome does occur, and it's celebrated.